I've been alternate day fasting for 30 days. Today, I'm finally done with my challenge. It has been amazing. I'm so happy with my results. I can't wait to fill you guys in on my experience and hopefully give you some helpful tips so you can give this a try for yourself as well. As you can see from the thumbnail and from the results that I've had a lot of success with this. Unfortunately, I don't own a scale, but I'm assuming it's around 10 pounds difference. And then I've also tracked my waist, and I got a measuring tape halfway through my 30-day alternate day fasting challenge. So at week 2, I had 25 centimeters around my waist. And now at 30 days, I have 25 inches, and now I have 24 inches for my waist. I didn't measure I'm just realizing I didn't measure my hips or my bust, but I'm sure those got smaller too. I love working out and lifting weights and being on the treadmill, and I really like fasting. I've been intermittent fasting for over a year. I've done 2 prolonged fasts, and I like eating, so alternate day fasting just works really well for me. It's essentially an extended intermittent fast, so you go, instead of like going 16 hours and eating for 8 hours, it's more like you go for 36 to 40 hours and then you eat for like 8 to 10 hours. So my typical routine is to stop eating at 8 p.m. one night, then not to eat at all the next day, and then the following day around noon I break my fast. If it happens to be at 10 a.m. or if it happens to be at 4 p.m., I'm not too strict with myself. I eat when I'm hungry. And that also goes for all my fasting days. If at the end of the day I just can't handle it, I need to eat, I'll have a small meal. I'm not too strict on myself. I know that if you are getting grumpy because you're not eating, or if you can't stop thinking about food, then it's okay to eat food. And the beautiful thing about alternate day fasting is the more you do it, it's like building your muscles. The more you work, the more you do it, the easier it is. I used to be one of those people who thought that, holy heck, I could never do intermittent fasting. Like skipping breakfast, what is that? And then my partner and I decided to do some extended day water fasts. So that just means no food for like an extended period of time. You pick that and you only drink water. So I've done a 4-day water fast, which I'll link for you guys. I did it. It was a good experience. The first one was kind of difficult. And then the second one I did 6 days and it was actually so much easier. So the more you fast, the easier it is. And I said, like, today is a feeding day, but it's already 4:30 p.m. and I haven't eaten yet. And that's just because I haven't been hungry. So I don't want to force myself to eat something and then not be fully satisfied. Like, I'm waiting for that craving. And once I get that craving, I'm going to eat. You can eat pretty much whatever. And I do track my calories and my macros while I'm eating. I use Chronometer, and I highly suggest using, well, no, you don't need to count calories while you're alternate day fasting, because when you're fasting, you just get really attuned to your body. You just know what you crave and what you don't crave. Okay, so you might be watching this video and be like, okay girl, so we see your results. Sounds easy enough. How do I go about this? I got you covered. Yeah, ultimately just ease yourself into fasting. So if you've never done intermittent fasting, give it a whirl. Skip breakfast one day, see how you feel. Do it again, do it for 5 to 7 days in a row, and you'll see, okay, skipping breakfast isn't actually that bad. Or if you're just like, no, I can't skip breakfast, then skip dinner. Like intermittent fasting is just you set up your eating window and do all that fluctuation according to what works for your lifestyle. It just works out for me that I follow the classic start eating at noon and ending at 8 p.m. And then, I just extended that when I started alternate day fasting. I follow the same eating regime, except the fasting in between is just 40 hours. And then I also make sure, like in my first video that I did about alternate day fasting, I talked about keeping a journal about all the fluids that you drink. Drinking enough fluids is so important. That's like number one. Make sure you drink your gallon of water every day. I think that's 4 liters. So, and I count in liters, and I usually get about 5 liters of water every day. So drink your water. I also count tea as my liquid, and I don't drink coffee, but coffee counts as well. You can totally drink coffee. You just want to break your fast when you're fasting with liquids. And then obviously you want to drink lots of fluids when you're eating on your eating days as well. But I did find it more difficult to achieve 5 liters, so I normally eat around 8. I normally drink around 3 liters. And then I also tracked any steps that I got, which aren't much because we're in self-quarantine, or any home workouts, which again didn't happen much because I hate home workouts. I like lifting weights and being at the gym. And then I also tracked my, I kept a journal of my emotions while doing all of this fasting. Originally I had been writing it all out, which was helpful at first. Did that for the first 3 weeks. I highly suggest keeping a journal. Everyone knows hanger and getting hangry. And I used to be one of those people who's like,
oh my God, I haven't eaten for 2 hours, I'm so hangry.
Now I know that my hanger doesn't really exist. It's more like agitation. It's just like a short string. I wouldn't say temper. It's not like I get angry. It's just I get agitated. It's just like, oh my God, there's someone, because I live in Mexico, so sometimes there's random bands in the street, and I'm just like, oh my God, the band in the street is so annoying. And it's just like, okay, girl, just put on your headphones. And then I'm like, okay, I'm almost near the end of my fast. I'm probably feeling irritated right now. I'm gonna write this down. And then I eat, and I see a pattern. It's like I'm eating, okay, I don't even care anymore. So that's really important. But I've also taken that journaling to the next level, and I downloaded a menstrual cycle tracking app. It's called P Tracker. I find that tracking my emotions, and because there's a journal section, a note section, and different feelings and moods that you can track with it, and symptoms as well. I find that is really helpful, and it gives a much more comprehensive picture of what I might be going through. So I really suggest making sure that you track your water, get your at least 4 liters every day, make sure you keep track of your emotions, because you might get agitated and you might make a snarky comment and be like, whoa, who said that? And it's like, oh, it was hungry me, whoops. But and also another weird thing, I just said hungry me, but the weird thing is, once you get used to it, it's difficult at first. If you're not used to fasting, it will probably take about 7 days to adjust. But you'll find that the hunger that you experience is actually minimized. It is nowhere near where it used to be if you eat a heavy carb diet where you eat carb-loaded foods every couple hours, or if you follow a set schedule of I eat breakfast at 7, I eat lunch at 1, I have dinner at 6. Your body gets attuned, your hormones align following that schedule. So getting out of that initial schedule is going to be difficult, and you're going to have those hunger pangs. But once you get over it, within a week, it's fine. And as I said, it's 4:30 p.m. or 4:38 now. Yeah, I'm not hungry, so you'll get used to it. Another thing about alternate day fasting is that if you have on your fasting day something come up, a social event, or seeing distant relatives, or going to a once a year festival or something. Well, I say that we're all in quarantine. I just eat. Or when my partner wants to have a treat night and order takeout, I'll eat. Or if my partner decides that they want to fast on my feeding day, it's like, okay, I'll fast with you, and then tomorrow we can eat together. Like, I'm flexible like that, like eating 3 days in a row, and then fasting for 2 days, or just extending the fast before and after and having a shorter eating window or whatever. Like, I play with my hours, and I just make sure that within every 5 days I fast for at least 2. Yeah, things have been going really well. I'm really happy with my results, and it was just really easy. Like, I was really lazy, as we all are in self-quarantine, and I'm still really happy with my progress. And yeah, I highly suggest alternate day fasting. If you want to give it a try, make sure you comment down below. Let me know. I will be your biggest supporter, and make sure you subscribe to this channel. I have lots of videos coming out all the time. If you want to know more about the specific diet that I was eating throughout my alternate day fasting video, I actually have a video about how I switched out of veganism, which I will link for you guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. I hope to see you guys for my next video, and thanks so much, you guys.